a black woman, a Chinese child. A secret 12 years buried walks through Shanghai's most powerful doors and brings a billionaire empire to its knees. The revolving doors of the Yang Group headquarters whispered open, reflecting a truth the city wasn't prepared to face. Amara Obi stepped onto the marble floor, her burgundy coat elegant against her deep brown skin. Beside her, 10-year-old Lien held her hand, braids neat, almond eyes sharp, her face an unmistakable mirror of the man who ruled this tower. The lobby fell silent. Amara felt every stare like a weight. Lien squeezed her hand, sensing something shift in the air, but not understanding that in the next 5 minutes, their lives would shatter and rebuild simultaneously. "Welcome to the Yang Group," the receptionist said, her smile professional but uncertain. "Do you have an appointment?" "Tell your CEO," Amara replied, her voice calm but immovable, "that Amara Obi is here to see him." The name landed like a stone in still water. The receptionist's face changed. She turned away, whispering urgently into her headset while stealing glances at Lien, at that unmistakable face. Across the lobby, the executive elevator opened. Yang stepped out. 33 years of age, charcoal Tom Ford suit. Phone pressed to his ear as he discussed quarterly projections in rapid Mandarin. The youngest billionaire CEO in Shanghai's history. China's most eligible bachelor, according to Forbes Asia. He looked like power incarnate. He looked exactly like the girl standing in his lobby. Amara watched him approach, remembering the boy he used to be, the graduate student who'd whispered promises over instant ramen at 2 a.m. in their cramped London flat. The man who'd vanished the moment things became inconvenient. Lien's small voice cut through the corporate murmur. "Father?" Time stopped. Yang's phone slipped from his hand, shattering against the marble floor. His face drained of color as his eyes locked onto the child. Then, slowly, his gaze found Amara. "No," he whispered, voice breaking. "This isn't, you can't." "Look at her, young," Amara said quietly. "Really look at your daughter." Around them, phones appeared. Employees recording. Security guards speaking into radios. The air vibrated with shock and anticipation. Lien, coached by her mother but still nervous, stepped forward. "Hello, Father," she said in perfect Mandarin, her voice steady despite her trembling hands. "My name is Lien Yang. I'm 10 years old. I've been waiting to meet you." The lobby erupted in whispers. Yang stumbled backward, his hand gripping the wall for support. His expression cycled through shock, disbelief, recognition, and something closer to panic. "You kept her from me?" His voice rose, cracking. "You hid my child?" 12 years, Amara corrected, her tone ice cold. "And I didn't hide her. Your family made it very clear we weren't welcome." "That's not—" He stopped, suddenly aware of their audience. Dozens of employees watching, recording, judging. "Upstairs," he managed, his voice hoarse. "Conference room. Now." The conference room stretched across glass and the skyline, Yang's kingdom laid out beneath him. The Bund glittered in the distance, a testament to power and legacy. But inside this room, empires meant nothing. Amara and Lien stood on one side of the long mahogany table. Yang collapsed into a chair across from them, hands trembling. "How old?" His voice was barely audible. 10. She'll be 11 in March." The timeline clicked into place behind his eyes. 12 years since London. 12 years since that night his mother's men had appeared at Amara's door. 9 months before Lien was born. "Why now?" he asked, his voice hollow. "After all this time, why come back?" Lien answered before her mother could. "Because I asked who my father was, and Mama said I deserved to know, even if the answer was complicated." Yang's gaze snapped at her. This bold child who'd inherited his stubbornness. "You kept her from me," he said, anger rising. You've hid my daughter for 12 years. I hid nothing. Amara's voice was steel wrapped in silk. Your mother sent men to my flat, told me I was a mistake, a distraction, that I would ruin your future. She reached into her bag and pulled out a sealed envelope, placing it on the table. She gave me this, a blank check, told me to disappear. Yang stared at the envelope, his mother's elegant handwriting unmistakable on the front. I never took a cent, Amara interrupted. I kept it as proof. Every hospital bill, every diaper, every school fee. I paid with my own hands. Before Yang could respond, the door swung open. Xiaolonchen entered, elegant in a cream Chanel dress, her heels clicking against marble. Yang, what's going on? Your assistant said. She froze. Her eyes moved from Yang's devastated face to Amara, then landed on Lien. The resemblance was undeniable, unmistakable. Lien stepped forward with an innocent smile. Hello. Are you my father's friend? Friend. Xiaolan's voice strangled. She turned to Yang, her expression cracking. Who is this child? Xiaolan, Yang started. Answer me. Who is she? She's, his voice broke. She's my daughter. The words hung in the air like shattered glass. Xiaolan's hand flew to her mouth. Your daughter? You have a daughter? Her voice rose, trembling with fury and heartbreak. We're getting married in 3 weeks. 3 weeks? When exactly were you planning to tell me? I didn't know, Yang whispered, but even he didn't believe it. Lien's smile faded. She looked at her mother, then back at Xiaolan. But Mama said father wasn't married. He's not, yet. Xiaolan's eyes never left Yang, tears threatening to spill. Were you planning to mention your secret child before or after the ceremony? The door burst open again. 2 figures entered with the commanding presence of old money and dynasty. Madame Li Huayang wore a custom qipao-inspired suit, her hair pulled back severely. Mr. Yang followed, his 3-piece suit immaculate, his face carved from stone. They'd been speaking rapid Mandarin to their son, clearly agitated, until they saw Amara. Madame Li Hua's face cycled through surprise, recognition, and pure venom. You, she hissed. You dare show your face here? Lien, clinging to innocent hope despite everything, stepped forward. Grandmother? Her voice was small, hopeful. Mama told me so much about you. Don't call me that. Madame Li Hua stepped backward as if the child carried disease. The room went silent. Amara watched her daughter's face, confusion rippling across those features, then hurt, then something harder settling in. Childhood, innocence cracking in real time. Lien, Amara said softly, pulling her daughter close. Come here, baby. But I just wanted to meet grandmother. Now, Lien. Her daughter returned to her side, but the damage was done. She'd seen the rejection. She'd felt it in her bones. Amara held Lien tightly, her voice quiet but clear. Don't mind her joy. Some hearts never thaw. Madame Li Hua's face flushed with rage. Around them, the walls seemed to close in, witnesses to a family destroying itself. Secret by buried secret. Mr. Yang spoke for the first time, his voice cold and measured. You took our money, disappeared for 12 years, and now you return. What do you want? More? The accusation hung in the air like poison. Amara reached into her bag with deliberate calm. She pulled out a folder and laid it on the conference table, documents spreading across the polished surface. Hospital bills from London, prenatal care, delivery costs, her first year diapers, formula, pediatric visits. She laid down more papers, each one a piece of her story. School fees, uniform costs, every birthday, every Christmas, every doctor's appointment for 12 years. Her voice never wavered. I kept receipts, not your money. Every cent went into raising the child your son abandoned. The room went silent. Even Madame Li Hua's expression flickered with something like uncertainty. Lien's voice cut through the tension, soft but unwavering. We didn't come for money. She looked directly at her grandparents. I just wanted to meet my father, to know where I come from. That's all. Everyone froze. The simple truth of a child's words, devastating in its purity. Madame Li Hua's lips thinned into a cruel line. You should never have been born. The words landed like a slap. Lien flinched, but then lifted her chin, eyes blazing with a strength beyond her years. Then it's good I was, she said clearly, because the truth needed me. Yang's composure finally shattered. He stood abruptly, tears streaming down his face. Enough! His voice cracked. She's my daughter, my blood. My mistake was letting fear win 12 years ago. My mistake was choosing your approval over. He looked at Amara, then at Lien. Over them. Xiaolan stood motionless, her face a mask of pain and dignity. Slowly, she pulled the engagement ring from her finger, 3 carats, flawless, and placed it on the table with a soft click. Then I hope she's worth what you just lost, she said quietly, her voice steady despite the tears in her eyes. She walked out, heels echoing against marble, dignity intact even in heartbreak. Amara took Lien's hand. We're leaving. Wait, Yang's voice broke. Please, don't go. Not again. She turned, meeting his gaze. Her eyes softened for just a moment, but her voice remained firm. You had 12 years, Yang. 12 years to find us, to fight for us, to choose us. She squeezed her daughter's hand. We're not your secret anymore. We never should have been. Amara, please. Goodbye, Am. The conference room doors closed behind them with finality. Their footsteps echoed down the corridor toward the elevator. Yang stood frozen, his perfect world crumbling around him. His parents remained silent, their empire of control suddenly fragile. Xiaolan's ring glinted on the table, a symbol of everything he'd lost in the space an hour. The elevator doors opened. Amara and Lien stepped inside. As the doors slid closed, Lien looked up at her mother. Are you okay, Mama? Amara smiled, tears finally falling. I am now, baby. We told the truth. That's all we came to do. The elevator descended, carrying them away from glass towers and billion-yuan empires, away from shame and secrets. From the top floor of the Yang Group headquarters, Yang watched the lobby below through the window. He saw them emerge, a black woman in a burgundy coat, a 10-year-old girl with braids, walking through the revolving doors and back into the Shanghai afternoon. The man who ruled an empire of glass and steel finally understood. It had all been an illusion, built on buried truths and convenient forgetting. And down below, the city whispered the name Amara Obi, the maid who returned not for revenge, but for something far more powerful. Recognition, dignity, truth. The glass didn't shatter all at once, but the cracks were spreading, and there was no going back. Some stories don't end, they echo. If this one moved you, don't forget to hit the subscribe button to join us for more powerful stories that touch the heart and challenge the soul.